This is a project that's personal and familial. I wanted to tell my story through coffee in the sense of a journey. Kid from Decatur, which is a story of me, this young, scrawny, just kid from just the east side of Atlanta, and the story of me coming up in the church, being heavily influenced by my grandfather, who was the pastor of this small, maybe like 20 members in this church. In addition to that, you have the beautiful people, and the beautiful people is represented by my cousin Rahbi, somebody that I looked up to, I was the backup in the choir as he was the lead singer. Just a person that I've always admired and found very inspired by because of just his energy, his creativity, and just how amazingly talented he is.
There's a lot of mega churches here, but I come from that small, foot stomping, hand clapping, not a multi-million-dollar mic system, so you just yelling to the top of your lungs so you can be heard.
And when I would do my famous James Brown slide, I noticed that people would like jump to their feet, and my grandfather would get just super excited.
Wanted to create his own Jackson 5. And that's how I ended up with a trumpet, and how he put us in front of the congregation and got us to play. Like my cousin Rahbi, he's a singer, super talented. And my grandfather pushed him to, be comfortable in front of people. But I think my grandfather had this idea one of his kids or grandkids would be like his successor, to potentially come back and join him in his ministry. I didn't feel like the ministry part was for me. I felt like my purpose was continue to pursue my education, get a job, a career, and pursue that. Kind of fast forward to today, and I feel like it all comes full circle, because although I'm not ministering directly, I have found a purpose, and I have found a way to connect with people.
I try to tell my granddaddy this, I'm doing the same thing, just another way. Everybody's not going to receive it from the four walls of a church. Somebody needs to receive it through rap music. Somebody needs to receive it through ballet, through a rock star named Rahbi. As long as the road leads to love, I say do it, because we're healing people out here. It's just good versus evil, and I'm going to be good.
My grandfather, he's old school, but it wasn't like that, condemnation type stuff. If you don't do this, blah, 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 you're gonna... No, it wasn't about that. He taught messages of love. He taught messages of how you should live, how you should treat each other. I draw so much inspiration from him. I get my energy from my family, my kids, my wife, my mom, wanting to create better, wanting to do better, wanting to be better. That constantly motivates me. I'm driven by it. That's my fuel.
I always tell people to do whatever it is that makes you feel good, as long as the road leads to love. And we know that love is God. So it is all of it is God at the end of the day. If it's helping inspire someone and encourage them and empower them and lead them to love, then yeah, it's God.
This is something that Rahbi has always, in his shows, that was a central message. And it's not about the physical aesthetics. If you listen to his messages, it's about, how the beauty is from within. And it's not only just the beauty from within, it's the glory that is from within. All of that is internal, and it projects outward. That's what this project is about. That's that energy, that spirituality. It's really just taking a deep look at who we are as people.
It has nothing to do with the exterior. It starts from the inside out.
Coffee, to me, is the manifestation of what I believe my grandfather always saw in me.
I hope you come up to it because you have a qualification. No doubt you have qualified, but I want you to come up to it. Then when you do that, if anything, if I've been real, can be real, if I'm in my grave, I believe I turn over wave at you and say, well done, son.
He saw that I could become someone that could inspire, that could reach people, that could be bigger than the environment that I grew up in. This is a reflective project for me, and just having that opportunity to do this for Glitter Cat is truly amazing. For this project, I wanted to focus on coffees that are traditionally underrepresented. I identified this Nicaraguan coffee, which is a Catimor. The interesting thing about this coffee is that it's controversial because of its lineage. However, the quality of coffee shines because it's been nurtured. The farm where it's from is called Finca Un Regalo de Dios, and translated, it means a gift from God. I wanted to, as a roaster, present this coffee for what it is and what it can be, versus the narrative that's told about it. It is my hope that through this project, through this coffee, you give love, you find your energy, the glory, the spirit within, and you become an inspiration for others.